Привет! В этом видео мы говорим о том, что мы делали раньше. Hello, in this video we're going to speak about things that we did some time ago. This is a course of the Russian language for beginners, where you learn to speak and understand Russian through lots of speaking and listening practice. You're now going to see micro-dialogues. Let's repeat them after the teacher. Then we're going to see them once again in English only, and you're going to try to say them in Russian. We'll analyze some new words too, so that you get used to them. But first, let's listen and repeat. It's the best exercise for you to improve your pronunciation and to enrich your Russian vocabulary. Ready? Повторяй за мной. Repeat after me. Как вчера экзамен? Ты отвечал? Да. Они не спешили. И я отвечал. Хорошо. Раньше ты отдыхал здесь? Конечно. Я играл на гитаре, и эхо слушало меня. Вчера я ужинала с Полом и Сарой. Вы понимали, что они говорили? Нет. Я понимала немного. Now let's see these conversations in more detail. How do you understand it if they say to you the word examen? An examination at a school or a university. If you need to ask, how was your exam yesterday? All you have to do is to say, how yesterday exam. How do you say it in Russian? Как вчера экзамен? The word order is relatively free here. If you change the order of the words, you will probably change the stylistic shade of the phrase, but it's still going to be comprehensible. Do you remember the verb спешить? To be in a hurry or to make haste. What's the English for они не спешили? They were not in a hurry. Great. How do you say well in a good way? Хорошо. Хорошо. Then there is another word we need to keep in mind. What's the English for конечно? Of course, or sure. How do you say sure in Russian? Конечно. There is a letter in this word that we do not pronounce the way it is pronounced in the alphabet. It's the letter ch. In this word, as in some other words, you say sh when you see it. Конечно. Try. Конечно. You also heard a minute ago the word combination на гитаре. What does it mean? the guitar, as in the phrases I play the guitar or he is playing the guitar. In Russian, it's usually gitara, at least in its basic form, but in this case, it's an indirect object. It has the preposition na before it. So you see the letter ye at the end. Na gitare. It's somewhat like to play on the guitar. Играть на гитаре. We're doing a very good analysis of the new words. Go on following me like this. You heard the word echa. What is it? It's echo, the sound that you hear when it turns to you, reflected from a surface. How'd you say echo? Echa. Echa. Then there is the word a little. How do you say it? It's the word a lot, много, with the negative particle не before it. Немного. Last but not least are the two persons' names to mention. They were the masculine name Paul and the feminine name Sarah. The phrase that you heard contained their forms declined in the instrumental case. We have never studied the declinations yet. It's a topic yet to come. But right now, we can begin to see single cases and try to understand what happens and why the words change this way. The phrase was, yesterday I had dinner with Paul and Sarah. The two names have the word with before them. And that is the crucial moment. As soon as a preposition appears before a noun, it is definitely going to change its form. Most probably, it loses its last letter and acquires a different letter or a number of letters that is typical of this very case. The masculine name Paul doesn't lose letters, but it gets two new letters just for the fact that it is declined in the instrumental case. With Paul, spolam. Spolam. The feminine name Sarah also follows the preposition with, s. So it acquires new letters too, but it's not masculine, it's feminine. So the two letters are different. With Sarah, s, Sarai. Sarai. The letter O is not stressed, so it's weak, and we say I, Sarai. Please don't be worried if it seems difficult to you. Look at the psychological side of it. The first time we hear a thing, it often seems difficult to understand, but if you turn to this rule other times, it's going to be easier and easier. Try to translate the dialogues you heard before into Russian. It's very probable that the first time you do this exercise, you're not going to complete it by 100%. Maybe neither the second time is going to be better. Insist though, do not give in. The errors are a good sign. They indicate a very valid process in your head, the fact that you are training your brain and that you are on the right way. Let's go. Как вчера экзамен? Ты отвечал? Да, они не спешили. И я отвечал: хорошо. Раньше ты отдыхал здесь. Конечно, я играл на гитаре, и эхо слушало меня. Вчера я ужинала с Полом и Сарой. Вы понимали, что они говорили? Нет, я понимала немного. Wonderful, отлично. Now you can speak Russian both in the present tense and in the past tense. It's not easy to keep all the acquired rules in mind for a long time. They tend to be forgotten after a while. Return to this episode after some days' time. Do the exercises again as if they were new to you. Have a nice day or evening. Хорошего дня или вечера. Пока! Что? Да ё-моё. Хватит. Пока. Стоп.